Okay, this is part 3. I want to talk about how, last week actually a couple weeks ago, I had to call in. I was not sick. My car broke down. Well, here, a couple days later, when I said to Menards I couldn't make it into work because of car trouble, they deducted 3 points off of me and they said I called in sick when I didn't. Well, then after that, I volunteered to make up for Sunday. And they never did give me back the 3 points since I made up for Sunday. Other companies, they would have letted you. Right now, I am seeking a full-time job. I don't care if I drop down to $9 an hour or if I take a pay increase to leave Menards. But right now, Menards could easily get taken over by UFCW and be unionized real easy. Because right now, I don't want to work closing because they could keep me. Even though I'm scheduled to work 3 to 10, they could keep me till 11 o'clock at night or almost midnight and not give me a lunch break and just give me 2 10-minute breaks. Right now with Walmart, they gotta stop getting rid of your 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year associates and up and try replacing them with a new one. It isn't gonna work. And right now, there's days where I wish I could tell the customers at Menards that I do not do 2 separate purchases. I don't do 2 separate receipts, only 1 full purchase. Pay for it now as a 1 whole purchase. Or you can run the other one to another cashier and have your 2 separate receipts. Because if you go to me, it's 1 whole purchase. I'm going to ring everything up. But I can't go saying that to the customer. Like I said, probably in part 1, they will call my manager up and bitch at my manager. And then my manager will make me do what they want anyway, regardless. But overall, lately I've seen a lot of customers where, since Menards tells us if they go back by the little pin pad where you can put in your credit card, debit card, or in and sign, that we gotta assume that they're gonna use a credit or debit card and throw it in the credit debit mode. Well, here, when we do that, and then we gotta sit there when the customer writes a check out or is handing cash and they're sitting in back of us, when I gotta do like Menards says, if they go there, I gotta fling it in the credit card mode. So, and then after that, once they hand you a check or cash, then I gotta sit and wait 5 minutes for it to get out of credit debit mode. Whereas, like at Shopko and Walmart, if they did that and it was in a different mode, I gotta call the store manager or assistant manager over and get a key from them to fling it out of that mode, and it'll take an extra 10 to 20 minutes longer to do the purchase rather than me having to do it right away. That's why a lot of stores say you gotta ask the customer, what's your form of payment? And with some of the customers, I really wish they would tell me ahead of time what the form of payment is. And even some of them that work at Menards, I fling it in the credit card mode like Menards tells me to, and then they swipe their badge and they say, "Oh, we're sorry, it's PRD, we didn't tell you." And then you gotta fling it out of that and put in that payroll deduct mode, which is you're signing to let John Menard keep money Just like with the rebates, you're signing away to let them keep your money. So, yeah. And the other thing is, too, like I feel is Target, it's good you want to up your wages, but you gotta offer more. You gotta offer full-time jobs to regular peon associates. Don't just hire only part-time. And right now, like with me, I'm just so sick and tired of being a cashier. It's like, yeah. I kind of just want to go back to stocking on the sales floor. It's just my own opinion. And yeah, some of the customers that come through the line literally act like little 2-year-olds. Like one literally will not let me do like Menards wants me to do and scan each item. They go, "Oh, why are you having to do this?" And I'm saying, "I'm required. I have no choice." Which legitimately I don't. And they'll act like a baby and throw a tantrum in the frickin' store. And they're probably like in their 30s to 20s or 40s or older. Acting like a little 2-year-old. And like the one, when you try scanning an item and they don't tell you and they quickly grab it away from you saying, "Oh, no, this is a separate purchase," without telling you. And I'm like, not in my line. It's all one whole purchase. If you want, you can go home, scan your receipt, highlight it with a marker, add the tax yourself, and write down the cost if you're trying to sell it to someone you're picking it up for. That's all I would say to do. Because you're taking up so much freaking time for the customer that's waiting in back of you. Don't go taking bags without asking the cashier, because we have it ready for the next customer. Otherwise, if you take without asking, or if we feel you can just carry it in your hands, don't go taking a bag without asking, because you just stolen a bag from the next customer in line that probably needed it more so than you. And that's where it does upset some of the customers in a store. And I kind of noticed too is even some, like I've heard, some regular associates are way too rude to customers, where it causes the customers wanting to fill out a complaint slip, which is not good for an associate to do. It's like, please just be good to any customer, regardless if you're having a bad day or not. Just apologize and do what you can to help the customer out. If you're got too much on your hands, call another associate in your department to help the customer out. Never be rude. But what I kind of would suggest to customers, this is what Menards would say to assume that you're going to write a check out or give cash to us, as if you're sitting right in front of us, not in back of us. And it is always helpful if you tell us right away at the beginning when we ask you for the Menards card. If you say politely no, do not ignore us. Say, "No, this is not on a Menards card," but for example, you would say either you're paying with cash today, or I'm going to write out a check today, or I am paying with another credit card, or I'm paying by debit card. Okay, that makes it a lot quicker for us to move you quicker if we know right away. don't go asking for a pen and then we can't read their mind and we gotta sit there and guess. Or like with some customers, I really wish that they would say, no, but I got a bunch of Menards rebates that I'd like to use towards this purchase, and I want to see how far it will go before I make a decision on how I'm going to pay this. Because otherwise, we're not psychic. I'm not psychic, and neither are the other cashiers. We cannot read their mind. And, like, as a manager, don't go screaming at your associates and threatening them. Because they will quit, they'll go look for another job, and they will not bother to give you a 2-week notice. But always thank them for their hard work that they do. Don't neglect any of your workers. And like with Menards, I think there should be an easier way of finding where items are.